Hey everyone, welcome to Amateur Hour Gaming. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a game called Yakuza 0. It is the sixth Yakuza game? Yeah, I'm looking at Wikipedia just to make sure I get everything right, because there's a lot of Yakuza games. The first one came out in 2005 in Japan, so this is a 15-year-old series. And this was the first Yakuza game I've ever played. I've never even really seen much of them. They've been a PlayStation exclusive for a long, long time, like since 2005. On the PlayStation 2, this is an old series. And I've never experienced them because I don't know, I never heard of them, never I didn't know anything about them, so I had no reason to play them. And Yakuza 0 came out, is the sixth game in the series, but it is the first chronologically. That's why it's 0. It comes before all the other games. It came out, let's see, 2015 in Japan and on PS3 and PS4, and and then 2017 in America, or the Western world. I think that's what WW means. Came to PC August 2018 and Xbox One February 2020. I played it on PC through Games Pass, and I gotta say, I was very pleasantly surprised. I like this game a lot. It's a, it, it's mainly a beat 'em up. I would call it a light RPG because there's skill trees, you make choices, there are quests and side quests. It's oh shoot, didn't have you haven't had any sound for the beginning of that. I'm sorry. Is there even any? Let's see. No, there really is. Uh Yakuza 0. So, it is a lot of story. And that's probably my favorite thing about this game is the story. It's enthralling. It is like a Japanese soap opera. Just so you know, like I said, this is a brawler beat 'em up RPG. There is a lot of cutscenes. There's a ton of cutscenes. I believe if I go to replay, I counted. There's over 100 cutscenes in this game, and it's great. They're all so great, so dramatic. Uh, I think what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna load up a thing, and then I'm gonna exit out so you can see the intro video to this game because I think it really sums up the tone of this game. It has such a unique tone, such a unique setting. So we're gonna go here, and then we're going to, how do I go back out? I go, yeah, return to title. And then we're gonna watch the intro sequence. This this is what you're about to see. This really Yakuza use a controller. That's true. Do not play with mouse and keyboard if you're playing on PC. It's awful. Isn't this great? It's like it reminds me of the guitars, the scene. It reminds me of a PlayStation 1 demo disc. If any of you are old enough to have had a PlayStation 1 demo disc, this is what this reminds me of. It's great. One thing I really love about this game, that's a little weird, is they don't follow the usual conforms of like gaming. Like you see in a lot of games, you see the same things repeated in lots of different games. Like lots of open world games, RPGs, they have the same systems that you see or the same storytelling style. And this feels so unique. It feels so on its own. And I love it for that. I'll try and show you as best I can. Listen to that guitar! Oh, great. This is so dramatic. I can't get enough. I'm going to continue playing this series. I'll just say that much. It's even just from this, I was like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, there's some cry screaming. And what's interesting is, like I said, this is the sixth game in the series, but this is the first I know of anything in this game. Anything. I don't know who these characters become. I don't know who's a good guy in the future, who's a bad guy. And as such, like, you play as two characters in this game. You play as Kiryu and Majima. What I've the little I've read about Yakuza is Kiryu is the main character in the series, and I don't know who Majima becomes, but he was my favorite in this game. There's gonna be spoilers for the whole game in here, because I have to. It's a story-based game. The background will start with Kiryu, since he's the main character in the Yakuza series, I guess. He was an orphan at an orphanage, and then he was raised by a Yakuza crime boss, and then he joined the Yakuza when he became of age, and then his father goes to prison, and there are other people fighting to take over his position in the Yakuza chain of command. And in right before, like, the first cutscene in this game shows Kiryu beating up a guy to get money that's owed to someone, and then it explains in the beginning that that guy gets murdered. Someone kills him, and Kiryu gets blamed for it. He gets what's framed? That's the word. He gets framed for it, and so you have to try and figure out who's framing Kiryu and why and what they want, and it devolves into a whole bunch of other stuff. That's his main motivation, is trying to clear his name and clear his father's name, because if he goes to jail for it, his father gets kicked out of the Yakuza as well, and he doesn't want that. Majima, he was in the Yakuza with his brother, and they had to do a hit job, but I'm not totally clear on this. It went bad, though. It was him and his brother. His brother killed like 18 people and went to jail, and Majima was tortured for like a year, got his eye stabbed out, and then he is put in Sotenbori, which is a Japanese city neighborhood, and he is put in charge of a nightclub, I guess I'll call it, a gentleman's club, and he is basically like, that's all he can do. He can't leave the city. He's being watched at all times. That's his punishment, is he can't keep any of the money he makes. That's kind of his thing. And then he, early on in the story, he gets a task. It's the Yakuza say, if he kills this person, who's Makoto? I'm terrible at the Japanese names, and I apologize. Makoto, or okay, I wonder if he'll. Let me look it up real quick. He's tasked with killing her, and Makoto Makimura. He's tasked with killing this person. He doesn't get any information about it. It's just kill this person, and you will come back. You will be able to rejoin the Yakuza, and your punishment will be over. But he finds out she's this little blind lady. She's totally blind. She's been through a really rough life, and he can't do it. And he vows to protect her from the Yakuza, and it goes pretty badly. That's all stuff from before the game, like, first chapter. There is so much story. I'm just gonna show you. No, let's do some gameplay first, and then we'll go to cutscenes. I didn't do so good at making the saves, so we're gonna start in chapter 12. I think there's like 18 chapters, so this is a little bit more than halfway through the game. We're gonna be Majima. This is I've beaten the game, by the way, so this is just a halfway point. Let's see what this cutscene is. Maybe it'll, if there is one. Another thing I really love about this game is the actual cities themselves. Kiryu is in Kamurocho. This is Majima. He's in Sotenbori. They are realized so well. Just look at this. Look at this. It makes me wish I could have been in Japan in the 80s. That's right. This takes place in like 1986. I couldn't find it in the settings. There's no English voiceovers. There's no English dubs. It's all Japanese. So if you're not cool with subtitle reading, that's unfortunate, because it's a great story. I don't remember where in the story this is. This is the guy who's basically like Majima's handler, I guess you could say. He's in the Yakuza. He's a higher up. One thing that's confusing is all of the different Yakuza families and stuff. It gets awfully confusing. There's so many names thrown around, so many families, so many dojos, so many tojos. I don't know. Another weird thing is there are like 4 different quality levels of cutscenes. There's this one, which is like very good definition-wise. There's a lower one that uses like in-game assets. There's one that uses just like frames with still frames with moving faces, like the faces move a little bit. It's weird. But like I said, this does not conform to usual game style, and I kind of love it for it. I'm hoping that I'll be able to. This will be a time. See, now here's a different. And not all of the times are they voiced like this either. Sometimes it's just the text and you have to read it yourself. It's inconsistent, but that's okay. As for my thoughts on some of the other stuff in the game, the brawling, I'm not a fan of at all. I did not get any enjoyment out of the fighting in this game. But I've never been a fighting game player. I've never played a brawler before. The only fighting game I've really played is Super Smash Brothers, Super Smash Bros, whatever people actually call it. So I kind of, I don't know, I don't like the fighting so much. I like exploring, I like the side missions are fantastic. I hope we'll get to find some that I haven't done yet. But yeah, I wasn't a fan of the brawling. There's a skill tree that I don't understand how it works. Not a lot is explained in this game. There's a lot of stuff that comes and goes, and there's a lot of stuff that isn't explained very well. But it's okay. It's for the story alone, this game is worth going through any nitpick I have. Okay, yeah, where's Makoto now? Okay, that's where. This is kind of the downward of the story. That's not the word. Eventually, Kiryu gets wrapped up in this as well, protecting her. It's Majima, like, this is the guy that told him to kill her, and he's playing off like, oh yeah, I'm still gonna get her, we gotta go get her, but he actually wants to protect her. And it's a tough line to balance.
なんや、あんたも行くんか。
犬を一人で散歩に行かせる飼い主がいるか？いねえだろ？お前が蒼天堀から出るときは俺も一緒なの。わかった？
Go to the Camellia Grove. So that's another thing that I just, again, love the style about this game is everything is so stylized.
そんなに俺と一緒にいたいのか?
Here's the map of Sotenbori. Whoa, the right stick zooms in and zooms out? I didn't even know that. Sotenbori isn't that big. But it's so fun to explore. Let me just check something. I know this is terrible to have in the middle of the video. This is very unprofessional of me, and I apologize. I got an important text from my wife that I'm just responding to quick. And done. Okay, here is the map of Sotenbori. If you want me to talk about things that, again, make this game so untraditional from other games, there are stores like this Kashikatsu Daruma, tasty fried skewers. There are shops like this drugstore. There's this ramen place. There's famous for its figu dishes. There are all of these restaurants and stores, and like they're just there. Like, you don't have to go to any of them. You can, but you don't have to. I don't know how to explain it. It's like there are all these spots on the map that are completely inconsequential and completely optional. So this is Sotenbori, and I believe 1986. It's definitely the 1980s. As you're randomly walking, there will be people that see you and want to fight you. So let's take a little bit look at the brawl here. It just happens. I'm not very good at the combat. I just hit X and Y a lot until stuff happens. Where did all these guys come from? I also haven't played in a couple weeks. I beat it and then have been just collecting my thoughts for a while. It's up in the top left. The orange bar is health. The yellow bars are the heat gauge. The higher it is, the stronger the special moves you can do. But I found it kind of challenging to get that timing down to do the special moves. I found it challenging to do anything. There are 3 different styles. There's the thug style, the slugger style, and the breaker style. As you can see by the money I put into this, I mostly play the slugger style. I like using the bat. Here's the skill tree. This is, the outer rings are locked, and I don't know how to, I never figured out how to unlock them. But I never got enough money anyways. Look, it costs 200 million yen, which is 500 million yen. That's significantly more than I ever get. You can spend, it's a game where you can spend your time doing whatever you want. If you want to just tackle the story straight through, you can. If you want to 100% everything and do all the little mini things, you can do that too. But yeah, those people never go away. All the time while you're exploring, you'll run into random people who want to fight you, which isn't cool. This is Sotenbori. Look at the beautiful lights. It's just gorgeous. I just love exploring through this place. I think there was a side mission I accidentally found over here. See, those are people that want to fight. Oh, I know that lady. Thank you so much for the other day. And the mother dolls. Oh yeah, that was a good one. There was a side mission where there was a little girl who was standing outside a toy store, and you could collect toys for her to make her happy because she doesn't have a dad. And she even called you dad, even if you tell her not to. She'll call you dad. It's a little weird. And then she gets kidnapped, and then you rescue her. And this is the mom of her. She often say, "I wonder what daddy's doing today." Yeah, isn't that weird? Oh no! He's inviting her to work at his gentleman's club. A cabaret club is what it's called. So that's an interesting thing, is they each have a side job, I guess you would call it. Majima's cabaret club that you run, and you actually, it's I'll show you. It's easier to show than tell. It's right over here, so that's inconvenient. Club Sunshine. Maybe it's lame of me, but this part of the game made me uncomfortable that I'm in charge of this. I wonder, can I go in it without having to run it, without, I don't want to actually go into it, and then we have to spend 20 minutes doing that. So you, yeah. You are in charge of all these women in this club, and what you do is you dress them to make them look more sexy or more cute or more funny. And you mess with their makeup, their earrings, their clothes. It's like a character creator that's deeper than most video games. It's crazy, and I don't know. And then you actually run the club. Like, there's a 5-minute game where men are coming in, and you have to sit them with the right girls. And if a girl needs something, you go over and they give you a little hand signal for what they want. And you gotta try and decipher it. And if there's trouble, you gotta ask the guy to leave, and then when they leave, you can decide to give them a gift, or you can give the girls a gift. It's just, I don't know. I know it's a way that Japan was in the 80s, I'm sure. It's just, I don't like, it makes me feel icky. So I didn't really do it too much. You don't have to. Kiryu's, on the other hand, his side hustle is he is in charge of a real estate company, and he can buy real estate. And he can buy real estate. Oh, okay, it's over there. That's where I'm thinking. He can buy and sell real estate and make money that way. Well, looks like we're gonna have another fight. I'm not a fan of the random fights. I found this to be the best way to beat the people up. I hit X a couple times, then Y a bunch. See, did you see that Y flash up on the screen? It's so quick, I barely have time to see. There it was again, in the top right. I'm already hitting buttons by the time it wants me to do that. I'm doing very bad at this. See, there I hit it and it didn't do anything. I don't know. It just feels clunky to me, but maybe it's just me and my inexperience with brawlers. In the very first chapter for Kiryu, it shows a very large man who will steal your money if he beats you up. And the game is like, if you see this guy, make sure to run away. And I've seen that there's boosts that you can do to like make him less likely to run into you. I didn't see him again after that. Okay, there's more. And no, that's not a side mission. You can run away from the people. Oh gosh, they're everywhere. Or they're beating that girl up, so you can interrupt it. Dang, I thought that's where that side mission was I hadn't done yet was. So let's run away from these people. There are some times where the game is like, oh, this girl is somewhere. You should go. Oh, here's a collectible in the game. It's a call girl card. Yep. That's what that is. Where it's just like, hey, you gotta find this person. Who knows where they could be? Hey, you there. Who's saying that? And it doesn't tell you who, and you just literally have to explore. Oh, is it you? Yep, gotta check the girl out. So he's gonna try and recruit her to work at the cabaret club. But you have to buy her a new coat or scarf. And then she'll join you. Isn't that neat? So there's a lot of weird gosh, go away. I just want to explore. I've kind of already done all the side missions at this point. I think. But yeah, you can just run away from them, so it isn't too difficult. Sometimes you just run into them and there's nothing you can do. Let's go into, like, here. This is a Don Quixote store. And then you can shop. See, there's the stamina and light, X, double X, Torner plus Torner light, toughness. All of these things just boost your health. Your health and stamina. Charges up your health and heat. Charges up your heat. Charges up your health and heat. You can buy ramen. You can buy some squid. 7-Up, Mountain Dew? Sure, why not? Champagne. Just get a big old bottle of champagne. And then there's... Oh, I forgot about this. You can buy weapons or... some table salt. Or... I've got all these crafting parts and I never could figure out what to do with them. There's so many systems that they either introduce or don't introduce. And... you don't really know how to do them. Look, you can... Whoa, I've never gone back here. You can walk back here, but there's nothing here. Look at how detailed everything is. It feels like I'm actually in the store. But there's nothing to do back there. They put all that design in there, and I didn't even notice it until just now. But yeah, summing up the game, it's combat and... combat story. Really was hoping to find a side mission. We might have to go back to Chapter 1 Kiryu. Because if I talk to him again, we're going to go into more cutscenes. Oh, did we find something? I think we found a side story. A lot of times this just feels like a PlayStation 2 game or a PlayStation 1 game, and I love it. The music, the sounds, like when someone opens and closes a door, it straight up sounds like a sound effect out of the PlayStation 1. It's so bad, but I love it.
Huh?
Ah! At one point, I'm not kidding you, Majima needs to go to prison to talk to a guy, a Yakuza guy who's in prison. So he goes and talks to a corrupt cop. The corrupt cop brings him to an underground fighting ring where he makes prisoners from around the world fight each other to the death. And Kiryu beats 3 of them, and then he gets to go and talk to the guy in prison. The corrupt cop is actually the father of the guy in prison. It's so much. It's so much, and I love it. Like every chapter is just like plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. Oh, is my wealth that obvious? When you're the king, you got the aura of bling.
Yeah.
Another thing that's weird is Majima's text. His text on the bottom here. It's very southern, and I don't get it. He says a lot of y'all and you're, but it's obvious, like when they actually do his I don't know. Well, you're nothing like the type who shows up at my club and throws money around, that's for sure. Maybe it's just me who reads it like that. But he's the only one that has it, the yours and the ya and the y'alls. Are you trying to tell a sob story? Because it ain't working. He's the only one that talks like that. Everyone else talks more without an accent. So I don't know if that's just me reading it like that. It's weird. You don't seem rich at all, Majima.
Yeah.
Ah, friendship.
Fair.
There's a guy who's you go to one of the clubs to scout it out, and there's a guy in his underwear dancing around. So you're just another horn dog chasing tail after all. There's a guy that's a side story where he wants you to bring you all the call girl cards so that you can see them. Just see them. Just look at them. I'll buy you. Wait, is that all this is? Oh no, it was a side story. I saw that. Oh yeah, I can do that to get rid of guys. I forgot about that. There we go. Did it. It's a sub-story. Yeah, here's another. You can become friends with people, and I never did that. Oh, here's a business thing I can show you. So the whole point of the cabaret club is to take over Sotenbori. You are in the Mars area, which is an F. And I just don't know how you'd have to just do it over and over again. Speaking of that, there are so many things that you can do in this game. I think when I completed it, I was only at 17% completion. If you want to 100% this game, it's going to take like 100 hours. All these achievements, like a lot of these are just go to the restaurant and eat all the food. Order everything on the menu at Genko Sushi. Order everything on the menu at each store. Buy from the Dream Machine 10 times. Entertain yourself 30 times, because there's karaoke, there's a batting cages, travel by taxi, sub-stories. Where's the thing that shows my... Oh, here it is. There are 60 sub-stories for Kiryu. I don't know if you saw that. 60 for Kiryu, 40 for Majima. What? How is there even... I didn't even get close to halfway for all Kiryu's side stories, and I don't know how, because I played the full game. So yeah, that's the side stories. There's a bunch of those. There's the main story. There's a pager, and it just shows unread messages. You can't use it. You can only look at it. Okay, so you can equip weapons. I never figured out how to use the weapon until a loading screen way late in the game that told me how to. Otherwise, the game never told me how to. Let me see if I missed it in the controls. Or maybe I saw it in here. Yeah, that's what happened. I saw this weapons thing. I was like, oh, that's how I use weapons. It never told me how to use weapons before then, or I missed it. But with how much other stuff I just didn't know how to do in this game, I wouldn't be surprised if I just didn't see it. So this is Majima. I liked him more than Kiryu, but let's go play as Kiryu. Unfortunately, I didn't plan ahead good enough. The only save I have is literally the first save I made in the game for Kiryu. So it's very early in the story. So I apologize for that. But at least I have that save. So this is the very beginning of the game. I believe. I could be wrong. Oh shoot, I was going to show you something else before we went here. That's okay. Let's see. What are we supposed to be doing? This is the only option right now. I need to meet Nishikio's car. This said chapter 1, right? I don't... Okay, well, let's explore instead. Where do I want to go? I wanted to... Here's Kamurocho. It's much bigger. Oh, I wanted to go over here to show you. There's, yeah, like I said, there's karaoke clubs. I'd like to find one of those. I never actually did in my time in the game. Again, Kamurocho, totally beautiful. Like, see this guy here? He wants to talk. If you talk to him, you get pocket tissues. I don't know why. I don't understand that. But it's a thing. It's a... I want to find a... Here. You can go to this place. You can get these drinks. Oh, this is good. I actually need healing. These don't heal very much, though. Let's get into the long tea. Oh, here we go, and then I can get some food. This is good. And there you go. Now he's healed a little bit. Kiryu has different abilities. See, I haven't even unlocked all of them. He's got Brawler and Rush and a third one. I only did Rush because you can punch really fast. Oh gosh, the camera controls got weird there. Oh, okay, let's go show this. There are Sega arcades, because this game is published by Sega. And there are actual Space Harrier machines that you can spend money on. I think Space Harrier is the only one you can play. Yeah. And it's actually full on. It's Space Harrier.
侵略者どもの好きにはさせねえ。レッツハリー。
Here's the controls. We're not gonna. Oh. I've never played Space Harrier before. I don't know what it is because it's from when before I was born.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Do I actually have to insert coins? How do I insert coin? Insert credit. Why? Of course.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
So yeah, it's just it's Space Harrier, which looks insane to me. I don't know. You can play Space Harrier if you want. I think the other Yakuza games have other games. Let me see. I want to go that way. This way, right? Right? Yeah. I want to take you to the batting cage. Because... Sorry? I am a huge baseball fan. I've played baseball my whole life. I love watching baseball. And so I saw a batting cage, and I was like, oh, cool. I can, let me just go dominate this. Let me just go dominate some baseball, because I'm good at baseball. We're not going to do intermediate. We want the beginner one. There we go. And I can't do it. I can't figure it out. It's I don't know how anyone could do it.
かっ飛ばしてやるぜ。
So you have to aim where you want to hit. We're just going to stick with a single here. I'm either too early, I'm either too late, or I miss it. You only get 3 outs. Look at that curve. How am I supposed to time that? There we go. There's a single. Okay, let's go for a home run. Where is it? Oh, and that's it. And you're done. You're out of your money. I was so excited when I saw that and I played it and I was like, okay, this is so difficult. And again, there's this whole thing detailed out and there's nothing over there. I've looked. Let me see if I can find a karaoke place, because the karaoke is awesome. There's a bowling alley. I went bowling once. That was fun. It's the stars. Let's see. Sega, Mahjong. There's a shogi parlor. It doesn't tell you how to play shogi. Karaoke bar. Heroin karaoke bar. There's an erotic video store. I didn't go in there, unless it was part of the story later, which it might have been. Pool and darts. Let's go to karaoke. So I need to go left and then right. And again, all of this stuff, optional. The only things that are required are the story missions. There's so much to do, so much to see. I appreciate it for it. If you hold the right bumper, you walk real slowly. I don't know what the purpose of that is, except to look cool. There we go. We're almost there. It's just a game that doesn't feel like any other game. It's a truly unique experience, and there's so few of those these days. Gotta drink some water before yes. I want to go to a karaoke bar. I've never done karaoke in my life, but I would love to if you rules. Okay, let's do Rouge of Love. Oh, what's that? I don't know what that means. We'll just do simple interactions. Oh, I'm not singing as... Hold on. I need to be Kiryu. Am I not Kiryu? No. We need to be Kiryu. Right. Let's try this again. And then afterwards, I'm going to try to remember to talk to you about... I hope I don't get... Yes! Yes! I love it.
I sing for you. バカみたい子供なのね夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I love you もろくに言わない
Ah, I missed it!
口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは
That was tough.
言えたの
Oh, rapid press.
ダメだね
Here we go. Now we're getting into it.
ダメなのよあんたが
Ah!
好きで好きすぎてどれだけ強いお酒でも歪めない思い出がバカみたい
Is that the end? Okay. I don't want to spend too much time on the karaoke, but you gotta see another song. It's so over the top, I love it. Yeah, that wasn't very good, I missed a bunch. 92! Alright! Oop, hold on. My puppies are excited. Sorry about that. The Amazon delivery driver delivered a package. Can't edit my videos. I don't know how. So we're gonna sing solo. I hope it does. I hope it does what it did. One of the first things you do is you karaoke this first song. This is like one of the very first things you do in the game. So just imagine not knowing anything about this game, and this is one of the first things that you see. Oh, that was a good rapid press. Yes! Look at that! Oops. That's his brother Nishiki. Oh, power fist. Oh. Yeah! So dumb, I love it. There's just so many moments of that where it's just so dumb and over the top. Karaoke King! Uh, oh. Oh, I can't show you. Kiryu's business, like I said earlier, is real estate. And it gave me a tutorial that took a long time to get through, and then after that I didn't know what to do. I lost my first property that I bought, and I could never figure out how to buy more. So I just never did. And that's unfortunate. So yeah, we'll just explore some more. I just look at I know I've said it a bunch, but just look at how this looks. It's recreated so great, and I'm really curious to play the future games in the series because I know they take place in Kamurocho too. So, is it gonna look like this? Does Kamurocho still look like this? There's a vending machine that you can spend money on. And then you get a thing. I'll get the karaoke thing. Let's just explore. 1,000,000 yen vending machine. Oh. Oh. So yeah, this is Yakuza. I guess I could show you some story stuff. But it's cutscenes and then more fighting and cutscenes and more fighting. That's what this game is. We'll go talk to Nishiki and see where that goes. Oh yeah, okay, this is actually good. This will show you what the story missions are in general like. I don't know if we'll get to go through the whole thing. I might just, I'm gonna, if there's a cutscene, I'm gonna skip it. Just kidding. Oh, there we go. Kiryu's on his way to the Yakuza to turn himself in. For, he's gonna admit to the crime and say that it was him alone so that his father doesn't get in trouble for it. That's what he's doing. So, I was wrong. I know, I'm skipping the cutscenes, which I said are so fun, but I just want to show you. Like I said, there's over 100 cutscenes. Okay. Let's do some brawling. You can dodge, which I'm... I don't know, I'm just... Oh, I dodged it! I actually dodged the thing. I know there's like, you can block and stuff, or he can move about, but I never did that. There we go. Oh! You were saying something? Oh, exit. There's quick time events, which are awesome. See, that part of the brawling I love. It's so dramatic. Oh. Back for more, huh? Look at these. Kicks them through the door. Oh. Ah, that guy with the couch, I hate him. When you get knocked down, you have to tap A to get back up. There we go! Uh-oh. This guy's back. The one thing that I hate in this game is there are people who have guns. And if they shoot you, they can shoot you from the other side of the room, and you'll get stunned and knocked down. It takes a significant chunk of damage. It's real annoying. If you like what you see, you're gonna love this game, because that's what this game is all brawling, all story, all over the top. Oh, let's block that anyways. Oh. Did you hear that door sound effect? You know what I mean? It just sounding so like old. I love it. Oh, going here. Oh, it's blocked from the other side. Well, let's just go through this window then. This guy just jumped through the window. Let's beat him up. Or they block punches like that guy in the back left corner. I can never figure out how to get rid of that. So it's the same thing. I just hit X a bunch of times and then Y. And it hasn't led me astray. Alright, time to finish this guy off. This is like a mini boss fight. As you can see, those special moves take up a ton of health. Ooh. Okay, here we go. Yep. He almost drop kicked out of the window. Oh, it's great. And I believe that's the end of that. Oh no, there's more. But we're gonna go back to the menu so that I can just show you one of my favorite cutscenes. I know that you've probably seen how over the top this game is already, but there's more. There's always more. Like I said, this is a great game. We're at the tail end of the video. I'm gonna take a little break from the Yakuza to play other things, and then I'm really excited to play Yakuza Kiwami 1 is on Game Pass now. It's a remake of the very first game, so I can just continue through with the story. Where is it? There it is. Okay, background. Kiryu's on the run from the Yakuza, and this person tells him that there's a secret tunnel that he can get through. And then this happens. He's running through the secret tunnel. But what's that? It's a trap. He puts up his fist. He blocks it. And then he just crashes. This guy is like 50, 60 years old, and he's got rock hard abs, perfectly defined muscles. You can tell that they scanned the face of the guy and just made his body. I'm hoping we get to see it. Kuze, that's his name. Look at that. Oh, that's where it cuts off. Yeah, it's fun. There's a new game plus. I don't remember. I don't know what the new game plus does. You can replay the boss fights. Oh, maybe not. Oh, these are just. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought these were just replaying the boss fights. I don't know what this is either. Mini games, because why not? It's a good game. So yeah, I guess just to sum it up over the last couple of minutes, Yakuza 0 surprised me in so many ways. I didn't even know what kind of game it was going into it. I didn't know it was a brawler. I didn't know anything. And then the story is so good. Hundreds of cutscenes. They're all very well done. Like, one problem I have with games is, for some reason, for me, sometimes it's hard to follow a story. That was not the case with this. It's so good. It's a great story. It's so fun to explore. The cities of Kamurocho and Sotenbori are so well realized. It's a game that feels like it's from a different age at times. It doesn't follow the traditional conventions of video games, but I like it all the better because of that. I'm excited to see where the story goes. I got a feeling Majima is going to be a bad guy, which makes me kind of sad. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he's still as redeeming as he is in this one, because I really liked him in this. Kiryu was fine too, but he kind of, I don't know, it seemed like he was the B story in this, which was surprising. I don't know what else to say. If you like brawlers, if you like wacky, just completely wacky games, you're gonna like this game because it's so wacky, it's so over the top, and it's wonderful for it. I've never experienced a game like this, but at the same time, just be aware that for me the brawling wasn't fun. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't get explained, or it does get explained and it's dropped immediately. You could spend a lot of time if you want to accomplish everything, a lot of time, and it can be a little overwhelming if you want to do that. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking this out. I gotta say the thing, if you liked it, drop me a like, leave a comment, subscribe. If you didn't like it, leave me a dislike, comment what I can do better. But regardless, thank you for watching. Have a great day.